Our dear viewers of Hope Channel Uganda, I want to first thank God and I want to thank each one of you wherever you are, and I want to thank God for the good things He has done for you and for me as well. We want to thank God for the opportunities, we want to thank God for the challenges, we want to thank God for His provisions, and today we are very much excited because we're going to be sharing a very interesting topic, and that is borrow or not to borrow is a financial choice. So we want to get to understand when should we borrow or when should we not borrow. Today we are very much excited because we have one of the best loans officer that is going to be sharing with us some of the insights so that we get to understand why it is important for us to borrow and why it is not, when or when to know when to borrow or when not to borrow. So we're going to go into that in details. Please journey with us and allow me to request our dear guest to introduce herself to you. Firstly, I want to thank you very much for agreeing to come and talk to us, to come and talk to the public about these loans, because very many people are in loans. Very many businesses are thriving on loans, but very many people have been trapped because of the loans, but others have grown. Businesses have blossomed, businesses are thriving, but they're on loans. So we want you to air out, we want you to highlight the need. When do people borrow? Why should they not? Who is supposed to borrow and who is not supposed to borrow? Firstly, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Joanne, for that introduction. Greetings, everybody. My name is Rachel Nalukwago, and I'm a loans officer for quite some time now. It is about 7 years that I'm practicing this. I'm glad to be here, and I hope everything goes as intended.
Amen. We want to thank you so much. So dear Miss Rachel, I want to highlight to the public, what is a loan itself? What is a loan? Because you may be here talking about when to borrow or not to borrow loans, and people don't get to understand what is meant by a loan to you.
Okay, to me, a loan is a sum of money that a lender gives to a borrower in simple terms, with a financial obligation of repayment with interest for a certain period of time. It may be either a day or month or a week or a year, or I don't know which period. That is it in simple terms.
Okay. Are there different types of loans you could try to highlight about?
Yeah, we have mostly people know about business loans. We have salary loans. There are group loans, individual loans, emergency loans, or quick loans, to mention but a few.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there factors you consider if maybe I come and maybe I would love to get a loan to maybe to pursue my master's in mass communication, and I come to you and I be like, Miss Rachel, I would love to apply for a loan. What factors do you consider before you give me a loan?
What we mostly consider, about 4 things or 5 or more. But first of all, you have to have a capital base. There is a source of income that we look up. As a borrower, you have to make sure that you can pay this loan before you even receive it. So with us, we shall consider your income source, we shall consider your capacity, we shall consider also your character, because in loans, we consider that very much.
Okay.
When your character is wrong, then we don't need you actually. But when your character is right, we are already good to go.
Okay, you've talked about character. So do you do a survey? Do you come to my place where I work to? Do you go to where maybe I live or the people I interact to? Because if you say character, I might be living maybe in Chisasi and then you're living maybe in Wandegea. So me coming to your place to inquire, I don't think you have ways or how to detect my character, because I can pretend to be someone who I'm not. So how do you detect that?
Okay, with loans, character is basically, we can do the appraisal, and appraisal, first of all, involves interview. I can do an interview with you, Joanne. How old are you? What do you do? Where do you stay? Do you have any kids? Do they go to school? That is all part of the appraisal, and how you answer shows me the kind of person you are. And for us who have been in the field, I'll just look at you and hear you and listen to you, and I know that, yeah, she's right or she's wrong. And apart from that, we can also visit the business, take clear pictures, and also look at the licenses, among others.
Okay,
Yes.
that's really nice. So why do you think very many people struggle to pay loans? Because I've seen very many people who got loans and they reach an extent whereby their houses are put to sell, their collateral that they brought, maybe land, they start, everyone loses their things. You find that someone was really wealthy, by the end of the day you find they are losing most of their properties. Why do you think those people struggle so much to repay back the loan? Because when the first time they come to ask for the loan, they feel like what they want is money there and then, and they just sign agreement, not looking at the interest rates, what and that. So why do you think people really struggle to pay back the money they got when they were in need?
Okay, thank you so much. In my opinion, I think people struggle to pay loans. First of all, poor planning. People do not plan for their loans. Some people get loans. Maybe they get excited, I don't know, someone might come with another emergency. And when they receive money, they are excited and end up using into a different purpose. And I think another thing is something concerning, like for example, COVID-19. COVID-19 came and hit everywhere. So everybody knew that there is a pandemic or a disturbance in people's cash flows. So this means that people are going to be disturbed when paying, definitely. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, but someone can say that I'm going to get a loan of 10 million. And then you find that along the way, if they don't pay that money, there are areas that keep on developing. So you find that if maybe I was supposed to pay the 10 million in 2 years, and then because of poor payment, there are those added areas that keep on accumulating. You find that the loan that was for 10 million is now going to 15 or to 20 million. So you find that people's properties are taken. Someone loses a home, someone loses a business, and someone goes back to zero because of the poor planning that you're talking about. So what advice would you give to such a person?
Yes, Joanne, that all comes through poor planning. I would actually advise clients to take what they can really pay. And when there is failure to pay, obviously there is that interest, additional interest. But when you pay your loan well, first of all, we talked about knowing that you are capable of paying the loan. Before you even take the loan, you need to know, am I able to pay this loan? That's when you take the loan. But when you fail to understand that circumstance and all that, please leave the loan alone and go to a friend or neighbor or sister or mother and borrow the loan. Yes, so because the interest accumulates, then your collateral will be taken, your house, your plot of land and everything. That would not be good.
Well, on that point of saying maybe if I cannot manage the loan, I go to maybe my close friends or maybe reach out to someone who can help me out. Sometimes by the time someone says he's going to get a loan from the bank, that means he has tried every possible way to look for that money in friends and maybe in colleagues, and they have failed. So the only option they have is going to the bank to get the loan. So, but you find that I can be able to pay the loan in the 2 years, but along the way, you talked about the COVID-19, along the way, something unexpected comes, and you find that my cash flow has been affected. So what would you tell me? How would you advise me? Because now I was paying very well maybe the first time, but then things came. COVID came, and I am unable to pay the loan.
Yeah.
Is there extension? Maybe you said that you're going to add another year to recover, or there is nothing, you're just going to come and take my property?
With that, Joanne, I would advise you, okay, if you plan well, have an income source, you have work to do, you have your business with capital, and things come your way, you're most likely to get affected in your payment. And before you get affected and actually take time not paying your loan, please come and talk to the bank. I would advise to come and talk to me. I'll talk to my bosses, and we can organize how well we can work better. Because taking a loan does not mean you lose out. And on the same note, the bank will not lose out. So we have to sit and talk about what will work better in that case. If, for example, there is an emergency, there is a sickness which has hit, there is an accident, you come,
Okay.
and we talk.
So while we are speaking, you talked about the creditor's history, and you talked about the Credit Reference Bureau. When I'm coming to your organization to ask for a loan, do you get in touch with other banks to find out if I've ever taken a loan? Or maybe if it's my first time, obviously you cannot do that, but if it's my third time, do you get in touch with other banks that I've tried to borrow from to get to know how I've been paying? How important is it as well?
Yeah, it is so important that before actually take a loan, there is that financial card. I don't know, Joanne, if you know about it, but there is a financial card of a person which shows how many loans does she have. Does she have a loan in Centenary, for example, Pride? Before I extend a loan to her, I need to know her history, because it is very important. We do not expect surprises. If your history is bad, we cannot, predict that she's going to be good at one time. No. So that is so important, running, behind your back before we extend a loan to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are the common mistakes people make when they're going to borrow?
The most mistake people make, I told you about the excitement. But after that, people can use the money on another purpose. You get excited and you think the money is a gift or something. Remember, this money is loan with interest.
Yes.
So such mistakes, and actually some people take multiple loans. There is what we call multiple borrowing, where a person comes, they have already 3 loans, and now they have gotten a problem. They think a loan is a solution to their problem. So those are some kind of problems that happen.
Okay. Yeah. So you've talked about excitement, like someone, maybe he wants to buy a car. Then his main reason is to get the loan to buy a car. Then when they get the money, then other unplanned items start now coming, because now they have the money, and sometimes because of the excitement, they feel like now they own the world. They feel they want this, they want that, they want the other thing. Not forgetting that that money is for a specific item, or maybe maybe investing, maybe in business, or maybe starting something new that is going to generate income to you. So because of the excitement, very many people have made mistakes that have cost them their properties, that cost them their businesses, and some of them run bankrupt because of those mistakes they overlook. So what are the consequences if I get a loan of 20 million from your organization and I don't pay back? What are the consequences? What consequences do people face if they fail to pay the loan back?
Okay, like we said, first of all, you're going to lose your collateral. When you fail to pay the loan, you're going to lose whatever security that you put into the bank or a SACCO. Secondly, you're going to lose your future borrowing chances, because we talked about the credit history. So when you fail today to pay, meaning that either tomorrow or next year or in 10 years, they can review this time that you fail to pay, and actually it will affect you. Yeah, sometimes maybe you reformed and business is going on well and you have an emergency, but because of the failure to pay this previous loan, you will lose out. And I think another consequence will be, you losing the societal, there is that societal norms and respect. You lose respect The loans officer, as loans officer, we shall come to you. We shall write on your house, property for sale. You know,
really
that
shaming.
respect, it will be ashamed for you to face such. Yes.
Okay.
So I encourage everybody to pay timely. Timely payment is very crucial under loans. Yeah.
Okay. So our dear viewers, we want to thank you so very much, and we want to thank you for being with us so far. As I earlier said, we're looking at a very interesting topic, and that is borrow or not to borrow. It is a financial decision that you make. Well, what you need to keep at the back of your mind is that you need to borrow to grow, but don't borrow to consume, because at the end of the day you need to pay back what you got. And remember, it comes with an interest rate. So if the money keeps on accumulating, it may affect your property, it may affect your self-esteem as well as a person. So it's really very important to know, if I'm going to borrow money, what are some of the things I need to know? What am I going to put as a collateral? Am I a good person? Am I a good creditor? Can I be able to pay it in time? If the loan is so big, first sit down with your spouse or as a person, first try to see if you are able to pay back the loan. See your sources of income. If it is okay with you, then go get the loan. If it is not okay, then try other means or other sources of income to see that you move on, push your business, but not basing on a loan. Because sometimes I've seen very many people lose out on their properties, very many people go bankrupt because of loans. So I want to thank you very much. We're going to be right back after a commercial break. God bless. Welcome back, our dear viewers of Hope Channel Uganda. I want to thank you very much. I believe that learning is taking place. I believe that you're going to pick something out of what we're talking about, and that will really make us so proud and also be glad that financial literacy is taking place. So as I said earlier, that today's topic of discussion is borrow or not to borrow is a financial decision. Very many businesses are thriving on loans, and we've seen people blossom out of loans. People have begun doing businesses out of loans. They pay back on time and then they keep their businesses. We've seen people buy land out of loans, put businesses there, and still, maybe if it's a storage building, they put rentals. After putting rentals, they use the money that is coming out of rentals to pay back the loan. We've seen people thrive as well. So as we're continuing discussing, I pray that you pick one or two things that will help you be a better person and also grow. So basically, and also I would love to thank our guest today. Thank you very much for sharing with us these insights. So I wanted to ask you a question. Before someone comes to you to ask for a loan, are there things you try to talk to them? Do you make them fully understand maybe the terms of payment? Do you try to talk to them the interest rate? For example, if I come to you and I want maybe a loan of 15 million, do you tell me the interest rates? Do you take me through the terms of payment? Do you take me through the penalties in case I fail to pay? And how do you do that? Because not everyone uses English. Some come when they're ignorant. If you go maybe to rural areas, how do you make that? How do you make people fully understand about the penalties, about maybe the terms of payment, as well as the interest rates? How do you make them understand?
Oh, thank you, Joanne, for this opportunity once again. Yeah, when you come and you want to actually borrow from us, we explain everything almost in your language. For example, you are a Musoga, we shall get a Musoga person to explain that to you. That loan form there, we need to explain it, we need to exhaust it, your interest rate, how you plan to pay, any advice that you want. We actually encourage people to ask questions, as many as they can, where they do not understand. We tell them, do you understand everything? Before you sign, we give you a copy. Sometimes not today, you can bring it after a day or two or a week, such that you can even consult and come and sign whatever want to sign while you understand it very well.
Okay, so you'll be having translators who are there that maybe in your company you have different languages, I think so. So you bring someone who knows that language, then you sensitize the people before they sign the agreement.
Yes, and mostly it is our financial institutions are in local settings. So we know that this area is Buganda area. Of course, many people who are going to come are Baganda. So we need to employ someone to explain for you in Luganda. So if it's in Busoga, Musoga should not miss out.
Okay.
You know, yeah, that is the system.
Okay. So I've seen mostly nowadays people are using mobile loans.
Yes.
What is your opinion about that?
Yeah, my opinion about mobile loans. Okay, these mobile loans are very convenient because you can access them wherever you want. If you have data, you can access them. But when misused, these mobile loans have higher interest. And people do not actually understand the repayment terms and conditions. They sign very fast because they're using their mobile, they do not consult or anything. This means that in future, maybe they can get problems of failing to pay. Yes, and these mobile systems of loans, they encourage multiple borrowing because there are many apps, Center apps, Momo apps. So someone would have like 10 apps they have borrowed. And I think they don't have that system to know that this person has 8 loans. Yes, so this will inconvenience the borrower himself and also those lenders. Yeah.
Okay, so if maybe I need a quick loan and I come to you and I say maybe I need to add more money in my capital. It's going to be seasonal now. We're going to go into August and campuses are going to go back to universities. So there is a good market for me and I feel like I should restock my business. I come to ask for a quick loan from you and I'm telling you that within 3 months I'll be able to pay back. What's your opinion? What advice would you give to me?
Thank you very much. That will not be sorry. That will not be bad actually if it is a season. For example, you know your business better than I do. So if you know that this is a season I work, for example, just imagine that December time period, or someone is in agriculture and there are seasons where they plant. So we encourage such seasonal loans because a client knows best their business and how to do that. But like we told you, we have that system of appraisal. We shall appraise your business, know its capacity, the capital you need, and that's how we shall be able to extend a given loan and that type of loan with the period of payments. Yeah.
Okay, so does your organization offer special loan products maybe for people with disabilities or maybe for women? I've seen Grow coming out to support women. They give them loans, they go put in their businesses and with time they start paying back. Do you also maybe have special product loans for the youth?
Yes, we have different types of loan products. For example, the youth. Most of the youth come to start businesses. They want small loans. The women, normally the women come for the group loans. They come for the group loans and actually there's something about women that they are consistent with their payments. So they come with groups. This kind of loans require less or no collateral because the group signs or stands for them. And actually the small businesses, those businesses which are very good and they have their repayment periods which are flexible. You can pay them in months or 2 months or 6 months or perhaps 1 year.
Okay. Still on your organization, do you offer financial education efforts to the borrowers? Most maybe you go out to the organization to maybe to people, to the public, to sensitize them about loans?
Yes, we do, and we have frequently frequent workshops where we educate our clients about their interests, about the principles, about the different kind of loans, such that they have the knowledge, the best knowledge in loans. And on top of that, we actually have brochures and flyers that are able to explain to them in different languages, yeah, as far as loans are concerned.
Okay, so while you're giving out loans, do you have people that you've seen, they came when they're really bad off, they got the loans, and the money they got transformed their lives they transformed their lives so badly? Let me repeat that question. Like, when people come, they get the loan. After getting the loan, do you have success stories? Like, you know, someone who got a loan and then maybe started a business and the business is standing, they repaid back their loan and that changed their lives?
Yeah, I know of one woman. She came and she needed about 2 million. She started a farm, a poultry farm business. Within 1 year, that farm had grown. And actually, when you see, as a loans officer, when you see someone who is being transformed in such kind of way, we also get excited. And this woman employed two employees. And after, this woman is doing good that she wants to expand to fish farming and actually employing even more people. Yes, now she's in the business of training and actually at a fee. So now she's expanding.
Okay,
yeah,
that's really nice. So I wanted to ask you a very personal question.
Okay.
And I come to ask for a loan. And maybe I want to expand my business. I come to you, I tell you that I would love to get a loan purposely to expand my business. And maybe I say I want like 5 to 10 million. Would you advise me, not as a loans officer, but as a person, don't take that loan or take that loan? Because most people are all about sales. Get people, let them take the loans, the interest will do what? Will be accumulating. But as a person, would you tell someone, would you advise someone, please don't take that loan?
Yes, of course. It is actually mandatory for you to offer financial advice to anybody, to any client who comes to you. Why? Because these people, these clients of ours, most times they come for the purpose of loan or money. They don't know the consequences, the interest rates. They don't know how their businesses are standing. So I will advise you to take that loan basing on your capital, your capacity, like we said in the first session. And actually, if you fail to pay, it will be a problem on both me and you. If you fail to pay your collateral, you will lose your collateral, and I'll lose my money. So,
how?
Okay, when you fail to pay or you do not pay in time, I'm also losing out. I'm taking my time to demand from you my money and actually somehow spoiling even the relationship between me and you. Yes. So I'll advise you before you get a loan whether to take that money or not. Basing on the factors and the facts. Yes.
So I normally see buildings written on property for sale. What do you give grace periods? By the time you come and put that red mark on someone's building, what are the steps? Are there steps that you've tried out to reach out to this person to pay and they've totally failed to pay, for you reaching out to make that final decision and now let's put this client's building on sale?
Yeah. Yes. Before we actually do that, like we said, it's about respect. Disrespect someone's house or property or family to that extent. It is not good. But when we have tried all means, we have talked to you, we have called you, you don't even want to answer our calls. We have written demand notes, 1, 2, 3. Those notices have failed. We have consulted your guarantors. There is no help. We go to that step. Yes, thinking that after that maybe you will pay your loan. You'll get a way to pay, to sort us out, because we do not want that, since it is going to kill our relationship, and it is not the best option. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. So what would be the final advice, akatalekeka, you feel like if someone is seeing you right now and he had a plan to go get a loan, what advice would you give to them? Like as person, as Rachel, if someone is watching you and he was going to get a loan, or they already gotten a loan, but they feel like next time if I'm going to ask or to apply for a loan, this one I should have it at the back of my mind. What is that?
My final remarks or advice to everybody watching: if you want a loan, first of all, we talked about your need, your requirements, and the capacity to pay. You need to know that you are going to pay that loan before even you receive it, to avoid consequences. And secondly will be the education. Like they say, knowledge is power. You need to be educated financially. Joanne, if you do not know anything about the loan, you can make a mistake that will regret the rest of your life. So I ask everybody watching that you either get a financial advisor or someone who knows these things, the loan things, and talk to them, ask them the consequences, the factors to consider and everything before you actually go for a loan.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to thank you very much in a special way for agreeing to share with us those beautiful insights. And I believe that someone who is watching us right now has been impacted. Remember, we've been on our topic of discussion today. It was borrow or not to borrow is a financial choice. Getting a loan is not easy. It is a financial decision that someone takes on, but there are penalties along the way, there are interest rates. So before you take the loan, first understand, before you sign, understand the terms of payment. If the interest rate is high, try to talk to them. Try to talk to the people you're getting loans from. If they're high, talk to them, negotiate. Can we reduce? If it was 11, can we put to 9 or 8? You have that freedom to say. Then if the penalties, because sometimes you may not know what tomorrow may bring, try also to communicate. Communication is very, very important. If you're unable to pay on a monthly basis, if your loan is on a monthly basis, try to communicate that this month I won't be able to pay, but I'm going to pay it in the next month, twice now, because you've missed the other one, so it means that you need to pay twice to cover up for the month missed. Remember, borrowing is a tool. If you get someone's money, it's a tool. So you need to borrow to grow, not to consume. Because at the end of the day, remember, you had a collateral. You put a collateral there. If you don't pay, they're going to take your collateral, which is really not good. So I want to thank you very much for listening to us. I want to thank you very much for giving us your time. And I believe and I pray that learning is taking place. Thank you very much for watching us, wherever you're watching us from, be it in your offices, be it at your workplaces, be it in your, at your homes. We want to thank you, and may the Almighty God bless you. Shalom.